Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's just going to be a short video just of me going through all the different plants that I have and where I grow them. So it's not going to be very informative, more like just showing off all the plants that I've got before I have to sell them all because I'm changing countries. So we have some Pinguicula gigantea here. Moctezuma that's also starting to flower, as you can see over there. These were all seed grown, so it's really nice to see them flowering. I got Grandiflora here, Grandiflora, and Lusitanica that's also flowering. These ones are all seed grown as well. And this is another pot of Lusitanica, but they haven't really been growing because there's too many weeds on the top. So I grow these all in my bedroom, and they seem to enjoy it here. It's bright enough for them, and I just water the trays when they are a bit dry, like this tray. There's no water in it at all, it's completely dry. And I'll just add in a couple centimeters of water. These are all of the Pinguicula that I have inside of my house. So let's go outside and see what we have there. And now we're upstairs in the Highland greenhouse. I'm sorry for the noise. It's the hydrofogger over here. Busy going. And I don't want to switch it off because then it will damage the plants due to the drop in humidity. But here we've got some Drosera prolifera from a leaf cutting. Can't really see them, you separate them. Got Nepenthes amae, Nepenthes lowii. This is Ventricosa crosshomata. You can see really pretty peristome. Utricularia longifolia, Utricularia opina. Lots of new leaves growing out the bottom. This is Drosera adelae and clumps of babies. There's so many adelae here, it's actually insane. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so big plants here. And I can't tell you how many babies here, it's too many. We've got Mimosa pudica here. You can see actually gonna water them. I'll show you how I do that. Here is Nepenthes, what is it, Boschiana, Rocco cross Boschiana. Yeah, this was its newest picture that's starting to dry out, and coming into spring now, getting a whole bunch of new pictures coming out, as you can see here. And there's ants all over the plant. There's lots of fertilizer. Got Darlingtonia here. Got 3 or 4 Drosera regii plants here. Cephalotus, about 3 of them. Hamiltonii, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants here. This is Nepenthes mirabilis var globosa. In the picture here. Glabrata, Jacquelineae, both seed grown. Both of these two are seed grown. Veitchii lowland form. This is Veitchii cross spatulata. Yeah, I have it written down, but it's a nice little cross, makes a nice picture. And this is Nepenthes red bowl. No clue what the parents are, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so basils here, probably more, and the main vining stem out here. So that's about all the plants in the greenhouse. And let me just show you how I actually water these plants. So I'm quite the type of person to have everything automated. So I have my electronics here in this plastic box. So this box is actually completely like airtight. Basically there's no holes in it besides these holes here. And by airtight I mean there's no holes in the bottom. That's really what I'm trying to say. But as you can see, the hydrophobe is off. I have this humidifier here, 80.7 right now. It's set to 80. That's which is on the hydrophaga. And this is the thermostat, 26 degrees, set to 26. And this was plugged into this timer down here, but the timer stopped working, and there's no need to really get it replaced as I'm leaving. But I'll just plug this in. Opens up a solenoid under here, and then all the plants get misted and watered. So I do this about every day, and quite easy, quite helpful to water the plants, you know. And sorry, that fan is actually this wet wall here. So there's a pump in this bucket with water dripping out the top here and circulating that cool water, and that big extractor fan pulls out the air through this, allowing the greenhouse to be very nice and cool. So there we go, now it's off again, back down to 25 degrees Celsius. So it works really well, and the plants are getting nice and watered, as you can see there. So now I'm just going to close all this up, and I'll show you the plants outside over there. And now we are outside with our temperate plant. Got a nice Sarracenia latte over here, flowering size obviously. In a huge pot. This is a Flava ornata from South Carolina, just coming out of dormancy now. Hopefully you can see in there the new sprouts. Next we've got some Drosera alba, Drosera capensis alba, Drosera variup, like 4 or so babies in here. Drosera capensis small. This is Drosera filiformis. So you can get a better view. See all the little sprouts coming out. Here we got, this is cross hybrida. So I think this one is California Giant. No, this one is Giant. I need to check up on which one this is. I'm not very sure right now because the tag is, the permanent mark is not very permanent. So got some Drosera capensis red. As you can see, the leaves are starting to become nice and red and flowering now. So these are almost ready to be harvested. So 4 plants there. And here is our little Drosera. It's a Drosera spatulata from the Gold Coast in Australia. And as you can see, it's not looking too bad after shipping. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants and the main big one here. And you can see it's starting to get a nice red coloration from being in the sun. So he's looking quite good for now, and I'll do another update when he's grown up a little bit, just before I have to, you know, sell all these plants off, give them away to friends and such. Here we've got some Utricularia. This is Fulva. This is, not sure, I'll have to check up again on that one. Levidia here in the background. This one is Levidia Rwanda. Okay, so then this is Levidia yellow, because that is Rwanda. Yeah. So back here we have Drosera capensis Bainskloof. I've said it so many times, and there's tons of babies at the back, but I really like them. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 babies in the main plant. Drosera calinciae, 2 of them over here. She has Drosera spatulata that died in winter, and I spread out the seeds all over, so waiting to see what, if anything, comes up from the seeds. Got 2 baby sarracenias here. It's a cross from a friend of mine in the Netherlands. Gave them to me, very generous. I think it's a ornata. It's an ornata and a, not actually sure, it's a cross of 2 species. I didn't write down the name that he gave me. It is on my phone. I need to check that out as well. Here we have Drosera binata small form, just coming out, the little pink thing. And this is multifidia, still yet to come out of its dormancy. So they taking a little bit of time to come out of dormancy, even though, you know, today is only the 2nd day of spring. So they'll all take a while to come out. Here we've got Akai Ryu, the red dragon Venus flytrap. Got crested petiole here. DCXL, nice little baby coming out. Jaws, slim snapper, and a big flower there in the background. And all of these rows here were also Venus flytraps that I got from a nursery in Europe. But they sent the plants, and it took, I think it was 4 weeks for the plants to actually get into the country and get into my hands, because South Africa doesn't have a postal service. And even then we did use a courier, but these workers in the country, they just really don't care about anything, so they all died off, and the plants were weak as well, which didn't help. So all of these ones, which were really nice plants, ended up dying off. But it's not the end of the world, you know. You can always get more, and we'll be able to restart. And here we've got tons of pygmies. We got Pulchella, we got Rosiana. This is another spatulata from a friend of mine, the same friend of mine that gave me those small sarracenias. Sent me this one from Netherlands. Very nice plant with red flowers. Got Parvula here. Warrior, the gamma from these are actually in that previous pot I showed you. Pulchella red. Adanthostigma, yeah. And there. This is Leucostigma. And as you can see, they have flowered. Some are still flowering, but they've been flowering ever since I got them. Gibsonii over here. Absentia. Oh, Patens, sorry. Patens here. This is Amissa / Iridisonii, yeah. And Drosera scorpioides there, which we did a video on a couple weeks ago. And these all need to be sold as well, so I'm going to go now show you guys the last location of where I grow my plants. So I'll catch you there. See you now. I'm just doing a voiceover for this section as there were people screaming on the road outside. So as you can see, this is Drosera binata var multifidia, and so is this one here as well. These pots both contain multifidia. And this pot is actually a mixed pot full of capensis and binata. This is Drosera capensis, red, and alba, and this is binata small t form. And in this pot here, it's just a normal capensis as well. I had seeds in these 2 pots here, but nothing came out of it. And this pot is also a Drosera capensis of our alba. And all of these plants, if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that all of these plants are actually being grown in peat that has had worms in them, which, you know, add nutrients to the soil. So it's quite interesting to see that some of the plants can actually live in it. So if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notifications button so you don't miss any of our weekly videos. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.